Welcome to this week's show, the Crazy Gentleman Podcast. I'm your host, the Crazy Gentleman, and also hello to everyone watching on YouTube. But don't forget, I'm on YouTube. If you're listening on the podcast and you want to visually see what's going on, hit up the YouTubes. There's a reason I started it. I don't know how to get my audience over from podcast to YouTube. So there's your little hint. Anyways, this week's show is brought to you by Bare Knuckle Performance, bareknuckleperformance.com, Bare Knuckle Performance on Instagram and X platform. Speaking of transferring over, Paul is trying to get his audience to go from Instagram to X, or also known as Twitter. So hit him up there, check him out if you want the real unhinged bare knuckle performance content. Go to X. I'm about to go to X also. I think I might be talking shit with that, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Not really a big fan of doing even the little bit I already do on Instagram. Anyways, also brought to you by Lexan-Moto.com. Check them out for the finest audio quality. Listen to some tunes, some podcasts, or take phone calls and talk to people inside your helmet while you're riding. Hit up the code word CRAZY for 15% off at checkout. Checkout? Talking like a Canadian now. Ooh, check out. Anyways, yeah, Lexan-Moto.com. Hit them up. BumpShopBackroom.com. The Bump Shop Diaries on Instagram. The only place to get your Crazy Gentleman merch. And all of Rodney's vintage finds and killer t-shirt designs. He's got a lot of cool shit on there. Hit him up. Good friend of mine, and I support you supporting him. BumpShopBackroom.com. And who else? Simbita Custom Knives. Simbita_custom_knives. On Instagram, SimbitaCustomKnives.com for the highest quality outdoor hunting and cutlery in the kitchen. I don't know if that grammatically makes sense, but you get the point. They're cool as hell. Go get them. And he's just another guy who lives the life for real, 365 days a year. He's not just in the business to make money. He really lives this lifestyle. And who else should I thank? I will thank my producer Whiskey Eye for putting these things out every week, or as consistent as I possibly do it. I only promise people between 40 and 50 of these things a year. So every now and then you miss a few weeks, or a week. I should say a week here and there. Somewhere between 40 and 50 a year. That's what you're getting. I feel like I'm forgetting someone, but I feel like that every week. I don't know. It's not that important. Until someone calls me and yells at me. Or I get my typical at least once a week critic, hate message, whatever you want to call the DMs on Instagram. I don't know. We're getting in the weeds here. Let's get to this week's show. This week's show, if you're watching on YouTube, that's why I'm wearing my jersey, dude. We're coming at you from Milwaukee at Flat Out Friday. This is the Flat Out Friday crew. We got the lovely Chatty Maddie, the racetrack announcer girl, however you know her. We got my good friends, Swiss and Andy, who I always get a chance to visit with while I'm in Milwaukee. And I don't know what much more to say, man. This is, I don't know, really cool episode. We are in a little break room at the Pfizer Forum in Milwaukee. I don't remember if we were between races or this was after all of the races. It was one of those. I remember I took this jersey off. I figured I'd throw it on for the intro on this show. I know I took the jersey off because I was sweating like crazy. So I don't remember if it was right after one of the heats or right after the final, one of our races. But I know racing was still going on, even if it was my final race, because I think Andy had to run out to do his last race or something like that. I don't remember. Oh no, then again, I think this was before the main event started. This is before the doors open to the public. But what I don't think people realize is the racers have been racing and qualifying all day. So like what the public actually sees when the doors open at 6 is kind of like, it's kind of only half of the day for us. Because we start there. I think the riders meeting is at noon, and then all the qualifiers and all start right after that. So when the doors open at 6, the public is just seeing like the heats and the finals and stuff. We've been qualifying all day. So yeah, that's what this was. This was after all the qualifiers and before the doors open to the public, before everyone has to start doing their thing. So anyways, that's all. This is all useless information. Anyways, I'll let you go to the show, and I also want to remind you, please like, subscribe, give me a rating on whatever podcast platform you're listening to me on, from iTunes to YouTube to Spotify. Please give me a rating. Please subscribe. It goes a very long way in the algorithms and helps the show grow. And don't forget to sign up for the Patreon. I'm the Crazy Gentleman on Patreon. I think it's just patreon.com/The Crazy Gentleman. And don't forget, I'm doing a motorcycle giveaway. You buy some stickers, and I am giving you the opportunity to win my 2020 Lowrider S with all kinds of badass goodies on it. And, or winner gets to pick between that and my 2000 FXR4 with a twin cam in it, with also a lot of goodies on it. Two of arguably my most badass bikes. Certainly my two most valuable bikes. And $1,000 of that gets donated to Jess Snyder's Motorcycle Recovery Fund. Free shipping to the winner in the lower 48 of America. Otherwise, I will donate $500 toward wherever in the world you are. Second place is I don't want to screw that up. I don't remember what second place is. Hold on. I really can't screw that up. I can't say this on a podcast officially. Yeah, second place is $1,000. And third place is $500. And fourth place is $500. So that's like 1, 2, 3. That's like between shipping and all the other prizes, that's like $4,000. I'm also in addition giving away. And also, if you are a Patreon member, you also get buy one get one free on those raffle tickets. So that's a whole lot of giveaway monies that I'm giving away. Most of that raffle right now is Patreons buying like 2, 3, and 4 raffle tickets, because then they get double that amount. So sign up for the Patreon, man. There's another bonus of that. And here we are, off to the show. enjoy. Oh, and I just want to say thank you to Maddie, Swiss, and Andy for all of your time and continual kindness and support. Top-notch humans. Thank you, and enjoy this week's show. See ya. Also, part 2 of the intro. I forgot to thank you. I knew this is what I was forgetting. Thank you to Jeremy for putting on Flat Out Friday. And thank you to Warren and Scott for Mama Tried. Which Flat Out Friday and Mama Tried are just like, they go hand in hand. And yeah, you guys are all awesome. If I didn't thank you enough in Milwaukee, I'm going to be thanking you on the next several podcasts that I recorded there. You guys are awesome. Can't wait to see you all again sometime soon. Goodbye. For real this time.
Yeah, do it.
I'm doing it, dude. Stop yelling at me.
Grab something, man.
All right. We're here. Oh, I love those shoes.
I know, I got them a couple of years ago and they were absolutely perfect for this.
Those are awesome race day shoes.
I love them. They match the fit, they match the bit. It's awesome.
It took me I was like, oh, so the blood is running down the checkered flags. And it's like, yeah, oh wait, yeah, I'm an idiot.
You can do both. It's either blood or it's flames. Whichever suits your fancy, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's either a song involving fire or raining blood by a Slayer.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
Okay, sorry.
Hell yeah.
Sorry or not sorry, whatever.
All right.
You're not sorry.
Fucking motorcycle people, dude. They're always late.
I'm right on time.
You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Sure, you can go first, Andy.
No, ladies
Oh,
first.
okay.
Excuse me.
Okay, so hey, what's up, guys? My name is Chatty Maddie from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Proud to be one of the MCs here tonight at Flat Out Friday.
Hell yeah. Have you been here since day one, too?
No, I actually got hired 3 years ago now.
Okay.
But not OG. Wish I could have been, but not OG.
Okay. All right, we'll get back to that.
Yeah, I got no problem.
Swiss, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Swiss, or Cheeks, depending on who calls me what. Real name is Daniel, and fuck it, I'll just say it because I'm from Milwaukee now. So it's like,
What, dude? The grand debut?
fuck it,
Is
I'm
this
just
a
from
fucking
Milwaukee now.
worldwide
What,
announcement?
dude? I didn't even
Yeah.
know.
I don't have a legal address. I haven't had my mail forwarded yet, but it's in the works.
Damn.
Nice.
My mail doesn't come here
Congratulations.
yet, and I'm here. So.
Yeah.
It only took like 5 years.
Hey man, you see my tool chest. I can't just throw that in the back of my truck and drive it.
Right.
Yeah, I had to ask people like, how do I get this from like here to like halfway across the country? They're like, pay a lot of money and have a rollback come and pick it up and they'll tow it for you.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah. Dude, does this mean that we don't have a home base for Sports This Summer this year?
no, you do. This year, yes, I'll still be there.
You'll still be there?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're coming?
I missed the last two for whatever.
The important part is you'll be there
I'll
this
be
year.
there. Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah, that was
yeah,
awesome.
dude.
Have like where everybody's like, people like, you ever have like friends over or guests or because my town's small and like not a lot. There's no motorcycle community. And then until like people pass through us, it's right along Route 6, and everybody loves to drive Route 6 through Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So, but it's like, oh, they'll pass in, stay for the night, and take off.
Yeah.
No racing scene, no real like. And most people that ride are bar hoppers.
The huge
Right.
racing
Yeah.
scene in PA
They're-
is sprint car racing.
Yes,
Right.
that is true.
That's where I'm from.
Or if you go down
Okay.
down like where Matt Stout's from, down in like Bucks County or Philly, you got District 6 and a lot of flat
Huge.
track down there. That's
Yeah.
still 4 hours for me. Yep.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Pennsylvania's a huge fucking
Yeah. So
state.
last year, like my boss was like, "You have friends that like, know where you live." Just like Brendan Badfish, he came down from New Hampshire.
Yeah.
He showed up. Chicken Rig was the first one who showed up. He was just hanging out around the shop, taking pictures of buses, and just like, I was like, dude, you got free range, do whatever you want. He's going in the buses while our cleaning ladies are cleaning. We're like, oh, who are you? Yeah, but yeah, it was awesome having everybody there. Bungo Industries, I cannot remember his first name for the life of me, but
His
awesome.
name's Bungo, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he had
that's it.
he had that chopper,
Yeah.
fucking sports car he rode, and like he showed up and we worked on it and it's still on there. I'm proud of this. His brake cable and how long his forks are for his front brake was hitting his tire, so it's getting grooved. I was like, oh, simple fix. I just grabbed a piece of small enough radiator hose, cut it, slid it, and zip tied it on, so it sat where it would hit the tire.
Right.
And it's still on there now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't
and
believe
then-
that kid rode
yep.
that thing home.
Yep. Yeah. After
Fucking
he.
insane.
His handlebars are like this.
I mean, I can believe it.
Yeah.
We
I've
probably
done
all
some
rated
fucking
cars.
roadie, yeah. absolute shit
Yeah.
boxes.
But yeah, you want to introduce yourself quick?
Yeah, I'm Andy Clark. If you're on Instagram, that's me
quick
trash.
enough. No. Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, you guys have been on before, so people know you.
You did, yeah.
Sturgis, 22.
Yeah.
Sturgis 22.
That's, I think, where we all became friends with.
That is where we met.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit longer for us.
So Chatty and I have this thing where whenever there's like an actual flat out, it's funny that I'm late because for some reason,
For some reason.
like the production meetings coming up to Flat Out Friday, it's always me and Maddie like on time.
Yeah.
And nobody else is on time.
Yep.
So yeah,
It's a
Punctual.
little bonding
I've
thing
seen
we've got.
I've seen Miss Chatty progress. She comes. I'll say a little bit of your story.
Sure,
for
here.
you.
Please go ahead.
So, she's got great personality. She's got the super energy, and she comes from stock car background, and she's got a very good format. So powers that be, like perfect plug and play for the energy, and now you're engaged, and like the man of your dreams is like a pretty awesome.
Oh.
The most awesome, I shouldn't. The most awesome
Yeah.
sprint car.
Yeah.
And
He's a racer?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Total sweet. It doesn't even look like he's a savage. And like you watch some of the stuff and you're like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see him, he just looks like the cool, calm, chill guy. And then he's just like
Just a beast
out
behind
there
the
just
wheel. Yeah.
bombing it in the sprint car.
Hell yeah.
No, thank you.
She likes to post a lot of stuff about him racing it.
Yeah.
So is that what you do
Appreciate
the
it.
rest of the year? Is announce sprint car racing?
Yeah, the rest of the season I travel all over the Midwest with the Bumper to Bumper Irish Sprint Car Association. We are mainly Wisconsin based here in Kenosha County. I'm a little bit south here of Milwaukee. I do that from April to September, the rest of the season for me. So,
Cool.
Yeah. That's
Cool.
actually where they found me for Flat Out Friday. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So is this your only winter event?
This is my only winter event. Kind of brings me back out of hibernation, if you will.
Right.
Right before, this is normally the wake up time for my lovely fiance to be like, maybe we should build our car. We actually
Start
should
pulling
probably
stuff
do
down
that.
from the
Maybe we should
rafters.
do that. It's always like a wake up from hibernation thing. So it's always a good rotation. So.
Let me pull the car apart, see if it's the just left out from
Yeah.
the fuel we left in.
Yeah.
this week is always the first
Yeah.
oil change on the Sportster for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good way to get your year going.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Fucking the best.
Yeah, so,
It's
like,
been rough too. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, even we have a huge, for those that don't know, or maybe you do know, we have a huge ice racing community here.
Mhm.
Like we race right downtown Milwaukee, like right on the harbor, and we had 3
No.
days of that.
Yeah, I think
No
I saw
ice.
2 or 3 days that you guys were posting. I'm
So
like,
we,
and like every time I've come out here for this, because I used to do Slippery Sunday with it, and every time I've been here, it might be me, I might be bad luck. Never had a Slippery Sunday since I started doing this.
Damn.
we are all itching. Like
Yep.
we are literally all feeding.
I can see you
us.
twitch. I can see you twitch.
Oh, yeah.
That's something else. But you know, I still.
I have bags of studs, like what are they? Crud cutters.
Mhm.
And,
Coal cutters would be good.
Coal cutters, yep. Dave Kilkenny suggested them to me. He's like, these are the best, and you can find them short enough. I'm gonna do them on a boonie bike. So I was like,
Damn.
start small for ice racing. I've never done it. I'm like, I always got them ready. I'm like, I'll just start zipping them in that morning.
Yeah.
Just get out there.
Is that a class? Boonie racing on the ice?
People have done it. Chicken Rick did one in Newburgh, New York, where one of his winging it with Chicken Ricks. Like,
Yeah.
he was the first one. He was in Newburgh, New York, and they were ice racing boonie bikes.
Okay.
Or out there as mini bikes.
Well, we have like some updates since like, dude, you did the
Biltwell.
on a fucking boonie, dude.
Yeah.
Why didn't I know that?
You did.
Dude, the
How did I miss that?
drove from Pennsylvania
Yeah.
to Milwaukee, met in Milwaukee, then went out.
Yep,
20, 30, 40, how many hours was it?
Oh, God, 28, 30 something.
Dude, how'd you do?
I finished 7th out of 19 in my class.
It's awesome.
So, like, the Biltwell, it's a 25-mile course. It's put on by Biltwell, and it's basically motorcycles only, but they have classes for everything, and it's California desert, off-road, like, straight up, like, it's not like Dakar level, it's not like Baja level, it's not like Mint 400 level, but it's like a scaled-down version of that. You have sand, you have silt, you have mud, you're going under railroad crossings through like the culverts, steep inclines that are just like not like rocks, and you got to right up that. You name it, it has it. There's a part where you're just ripping down for like a half mile on pavement to get to the next trailhead to keep fucking ripping through the desert. You're running through bushes and shrubs. It's an amazing course.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. That's gotta beat you up.
Dude,
On a fucking boom.
So
War Run happened?
I left.
I don't mean to cut you
Let's
off. But
let's get the War Run in a minute. I left Pennsylvania, drove about 12 hours here, slept, met up with Morgan. We put my trailer behind her Ford Flex because my truck has no AC, and we're hitting all sorts of weather to go there. I'm like, and it's loud as fuck. It's a diesel. I'm like, neither of us are gonna sleep if we just keep driving. Like, it's too loud and without air
California loves
conditioning.
Cummins too.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
they love
Yeah. 96, no
Unbreakbox
emissions.
diesels, they love
Yeah.
that in
But then
California.
we left at like 10 a.m. and just tired, switch out. Non-stop here, all the way to Ridgecrest, California. We got there 11 o'clock the night before the race, got cleaned up. We did stay at a hotel, so we're like, we know we're gonna be dead. Let's actually have beds to sleep in.
Smart.
We woke up
That's a
at.
stretch. I think
yeah.
you stayed, I heard you slept in a trailer.
Oh, that was.
Okay, go on.
That was the next
Go
step.
on.
So, we, did the hotel. We woke up at like 5, went to Walmart, got like sandwich making stuff, snacks, headed over there, did the race. I did it on the Booney. It was only 25 miles, one lap. Her class.
25 miles?
25 miles.
This is only 25.
Holy
Yeah, only 25. Well, because.
Dang.
On a
the-
fucking mini bike. That's like a Dumb and Dumber race. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That is wild.
Oh, hey there.
What up? Can I jump in? Love the whole fucking staff
she,
here.
Yeah.
she did 75 miles for her class, 3 laps. She was women's novice. Yep. Then neither of us, we both finished pretty good for like having never done anything like that.
Yeah.
Loaded up, went back to the hotel, got showered real quick. So I was like, I'll just get her for 2 nights because we didn't know what the plan was for leaving. She had to get a flight back here to get loaded up and go to the BTR stuff. So we drove to Vegas where I slept in the trailer.
Great
Yep.
place to sleep in a trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
YOLO.
Great place.
Wonderful.
It was locked.
You fit right in. You fit right in. It's all-
Yeah.
Yep. Dropped her off at the airport because she slept for like 4 hours. Then she hopped on plane. Then I booked it back here, like just stopping to sleep to get back here and park. After I dropped her car back up, picked my truck back up, went up to her friends in Saukville. It's like 35-40 minutes north of here. I did not get out of bed for like 3 days. I just like physically, my body was so shot.
First
and then
day was
I-
kidney, second day was back.
Yeah.
Third day was
Oh, dude, because
mental.
everything was sore. I was like, the most physically brutal race I've ever done, but probably one of the most fun races I've ever
Yeah.
done. I
Sounds
definitely want to do it again, but actually like train for it.
Right.
Be okay, I've done it, and then just like, okay, I want to be a little bit more competitive with it. Like, finished 7th out of 19, but I was like, there were still 40 minutes between me and first place.
Right.
Mm.
Dude, if you're gonna train for your next race, can you put videos on Instagram with the Rocky music?
Yeah.
It's like,
Like,
Only if they're absolutely satire.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
chin ups to a hot dog. Like Shane Hooley.
Yeah. Definitely.
yeah. Anyways, but yeah, War Run.
Yeah, speaking of satire and all talking shit, I did a bunch of that stuff for War Run because there was. Yeah, so I had a Swiss crop top on for a couple.
Yep,
Shit
yep.
talking pop ups.
Yeah, what were they making fun of? Like no crop tops or?
Yeah,
Yeah, what you guys-
Scott had it out for me, and I just kept pushing the
Yeah.
envelope.
I want you guys to go back to playing pickleball.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was. I don't know. Other than doing a GP on a Sportster, it was the gnarliest.
With no brakes.
No, the GP at Aztlan, I had brakes, but some of the wood turns, I was the dick that couldn't make the full radius because they have like straight hairpins. Like
Yeah.
it's literally like a C around a tree, and like I'm like
Yeah.
kink. Other than being dead for like 2 days after that, that War Run. I mean, there was like a 18-20 foot tabletop.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was gigantic.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
insane.
Like they
Go
dug
there.
No.
was
They
crazy.
dug down to the water.
It was like they dug a little house and they're like, okay guys, go over that.
Yeah, we have
It
race
was
on that.
crazy.
Yeah, so
They
they
dug
dug-
till they hit water. Like there was like in
Standing
For
the
the
water,
foundation or whatever?
well, because it was like a flow track.
Right.
and they called it the snake pit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So they literally like they dug 6 feet down behind a Harley Davidson.
Oh, I remember that now.
Yes.
I forgot about
It was
this.
like a
Yeah.
motocross track with like this huge like Tower of Terror, and then it like looped through. Like it was a little bit of everything.
Do you know what it reminded me of? Like if a little kid is playing a video game, and you know how you can like design the track in like a fucking video. It'd be like if a kid designed his dream track.
It was an
For a
absolute
mini bike.
ass kicker.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
done a lot for like I don't want to say a dirt bike, but like, even like a pit bike or like a DRZ or something like
Right,
that.
a
It'd be a
little
lot
Fast
for
50
that.
or whatever.
And then you got
Yeah.
hardtails and like forklift tires and dolly tires on some of them, dude. Like I think we all went home super sore, and that was in the middle of. Was it the hometown Harley series?
Yeah.
120.
So
It
there
was
was,
during the 120.
so we had already raced
A
and
bunch.
beat the hell out of booties and ourselves for like 4 or 5 days. We had like back to back. We were doing figure 8 races.
Yeah.
That's where the figure 8,
Yeah, got
the birth of figure 8, because they started to give me like creative freedom, and I was like, all right, how much can I do until they
what
tell
can
me
we-
to stop?
Yeah,
Right?
what can we do on these tiny
So we're at the
motorcycles that they're
museum.
doing cars, but we're going to do on tiny motorcycles and potentially just punt somebody off the track
Yeah.
from running into
I can't believe nothing happened doing that.
No, it's
Yes, yes. And we're gonna keep doing it until
until the liability.
Until someone
insurance
blasts
is
their
out.
ankle off.
we have insurance. Why are we not using it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do any of the races you do they do figure 8?
Yeah, no, I gotta be real honest with you. Our cars only turn left.
Okay.
I gotta be real honest with you. The way that our cars are set up
Yeah.
is that they have stagger, and that means that the left rear tire is smaller than the right rear tire.
Oh, really?
So I could have a 97-inch left rear tire, but
Uh-huh.
Preston will run a 107 right rear tire. That
Wow.
way, when it's easier for us to set the car into the turn, it'll set way easier, and the car will want to naturally turn left.
Okay.
So going right would be a challenge.
So there's no
That's
pause
crazy.
track on that thing.
Oh,
It's
I
like
know.
set up to dog
If you,
track
yeah,
too, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought that was like an optical illusion, the way those cars look, but
Yeah.
now I get it. They're
Yeah.
really set up
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
you look at the bigger
off,
ones
like,
and like the way the
asymmetrically set
shaped
up.
Yep,
and
yep,
the
they're
fenders
built to
and
do that. And that's in the tire size, that's in the amount of space between the chassis and the tire, that changes. You can change how much shocks go up and down on each side of the car. Bunch of things you can adjust to make your car sit pretty in that turn.
And it's like a
Gotcha.
radius thing too, right? Because you want the big one on the outside.
Absolutely.
So it's like hooking you at all times.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to be a mechanic. Like, I do not get paid the big bucks to be my fiance's mechanic. That is not me. I'm the one that just tells him to run the cushion. It's just me. But
Right,
no,
right.
yeah. Figure it would be interesting to sprint car. It'd
right.
be hard to go
But I'm
right.
sure, like we did. My only hooligan thing is at Slinger over here,
Yeah.
and they do like it's the one hooligan race you do on concrete, and it's insanity.
Yeah, Slinger is
Like,
the
it's a
only
f-
race I've seen for figure eight
it's a
besides the booties.
It's a fish bowl,
Uh-huh.
and then the next weekend is like what is it?
They have like the SRX race there,
No,
the
it's
Slinger Nationals or something like that.
Yes, it's a big stop on a few of the series, but they also do Slinger Slam Fest.
Okay.
So all the rednecks come out of the
Yeah.
woodwork, and they're doing like one gas, one brake, chain
Yeah.
together races. They're like
Yeah.
doing the boats, the buses, the figure eights.
Yeah, Slinger
like
does
the-
some
Oh wait,
crazy
the
stuff.
boats are when they put the boats on a trailer and they're racing on a trailer,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
they also
Yeah,
chain
yeah.
it together where one car is the brake and one car is the gas.
Yep.
Oh no way.
They do some crazy
Yeah.
awesome
Oh
stuff.
my
in Slinger.
god, dude, I gotta see one of these.
So it's like you're on this track, and then you're like, oh dude, I might as well just get my ticket for next week, because
Oh,
next
that
week it's
sounds
about to be
awesome.
shenanigans
Oh, yeah.
too.
Oh, do you need me?
Are you guys done until the showtime?
I do need to meet with our producer Danny. If anyone texts me.
Okay.
Until then, I'm waiting for my dinner, hanging out with y'all. Gonna
Okay.
talk to some more people. The best part, I wasn't needed until 2:45 today. I got here at
Okay.
10, and I love the atmosphere here. So I
Yeah.
come here at 10, and if they would have put me to work more, great. But they, so I
Just
was
to
just,
hang.
I'm just here hanging out, getting to see people. I only see y'all once, maybe twice. You
Right.
go to Plymouth Dirt Track for the Dairyland Classic, and we race there. You race on like the Thursday. We race the sprints on the Friday or whatever day after. So occasionally I get to see you at the Dairyland, but I try to hang out and be with the people for the 1 or 2 times I see them in the year this weekend.
Right.
Then I have to wait for a whole year to to see y'all. So.
And then once it's showtime too, it's not like you're talking to anyone, right? You're just going.
Yeah, I actually have a cute little blocked off area this year, so that I'm interviewing the winners. I'm talking to people that have the thrills and the spills, and people with really good storylines I try to highlight. But yeah, that's my
Hopefully
part.
you'll be interviewing all of us out there then.
I got you.
For all those reasons.
Yes,
Natural, dude.
I'm cheering for your
Freaking
sombrero,
natural, dude.
man.
Yeah, I'm hoping
God.
that sombrero is going right to the fucking finish line. We'll see.
I'll keep a tally of how many times they make taco jokes.
Oh, I'm sure.
And they racked them up a little bit. It's all in good spirits. Micah and Mark doing a fantastic job on the microphone.
I never even thought, because I did that helmet for 15 years whenever I raced silly little bikes.
Yep.
But I never did it with an announcer like that. I never even thought of how crazy he's gonna go tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Oh no, they pick out a little detail and they just rip. It is awesome. They do a really good job at what they do, and they bounce back with each other extremely well.
Okay.
I would say.
Wait, who else is there? Micah and who else?
Mark.
So
I never met
Mark's
him.
a local flat track guy.
Okay.
Involved in district.
He's
our flat track.
extremely knowledgeable.
So
Okay.
he has the mechanical and the he can give you the tech and the info and the mechanical, and then
Mike's the
throws
Micah's
it
the
over to
entertainment.
Micah, and he's the jabber and the joke shooter, right?
Yeah. If anything, Micah can pull off the most insane joke of all time, and it's only funny because Micah's saying. He's so funny.
Micah has said extremely disrespectful things to me.
Yes.
And I'll be laughing
Yeah,
and I'll be like,
But it's
oh, that's
stuff he
me.
was
Shut up, dude.
Well, he was out there in Sturgis with us.
He was.
And doing emceeing for all the mini bike races at Full Throttle.
Yeah.
And dude, some of the stuff you're saying, if you just said it to somebody, a random person in a bar, you'd be in a fight.
Yeah.
If
But
you were
because
in
it's him
Sturgis-
and he's talking to us and what we're doing, it's like, that's my
Micah got the entire crowd watching that bony bike race to throw cans at the riders during the race.
Way.
Yeah, that was one of just the weirdest moments. Micah's like, wow, one of y'all, whatever, leave the trash behind. Oh wait, everybody just do it. And everybody just started chucking cans at him. It was, people play along. But Micah can get the crowd going. Micah knows, his background's in Nitro Circus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
no
would
kidding.
give-
His Instagram handle is NCMC because he's been the MC for a long time. for Nitro Circus.
Okay.
Before that, he quit his day job and started emceeing and doing and promoting BMX shows.
Yep.
Okay.
So he broke the ice by just going around and we're gonna do an anti-drug campaign at your high school, but we're gonna do tricks to do it,
Yeah,
Entertain you while we
Get the kids' attention.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of cool stories about that.
He's traveled all over with that stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
We all have this little corner, and then it makes this
Nice big
this
boy.
beautiful.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I don't even know that it's beautiful until I'm in it or out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Holy shit!
Oh.
Where else does this happen?
Well, then,
Nah.
especially this event, because it's been long enough since any of us have been racing, and it's been long enough since we've seen half of these people because they live so far away and they just travel here for this. And it's everybody gets those pre-race jitters, especially oh, we haven't done it so long. We're trying to get everything for this race, get everything loaded, get there.
Yeah.
When do we get there? Are we going to do any of the pre-party racing stuff? Are we going to do this? And then you get here and it's just goes away.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah,
your
we're all
bikes are
nervous.
in.
We're all nervous together.
Yeah, we're all
stressed out
it's
together.
getting a little it's getting lifted a little bit more as you work your way up the line and get checked in. Once you park, whether you got one bike or you got 5 bikes that you're racing, and you got that everything's parked in your pit set up. It's everything's calm, everybody's happy, everybody's just shooting the shit, everybody's smiling, everybody's joking,
Yeah.
and it's yeah, we're all serious enough on the track that main goal, we're here to have fun, put on a show, not get hurt, but it's
Yeah.
you go to some racing and it's an absolute shit show in the pits because everybody hates everybody. That guy did this, that guy said that, this guy pushed me in the wall, that guy cut me off, and it's racing.
Yeah,
Right.
if you don't mind me cutting in, I don't know if you have
No.
another question here as well. What you guys are saying with how we all have our own little individual piece in the puzzle, and when I got brought on, Jeremy had said this too of himself. That he hires people to be a part of this puzzle and to specialize in something particular because he doesn't want to be the only one doing it. He wants to delegate.
Right.
And it's something that I think that we do extremely well as a team. And this is something that is very different than the sprint car scene that I'm a part of. This is, like you said, very well looser. We're having fun. You know, you're talking shit. You're doing whatever in the pits. In sprint car racing, you do keep to yourself a little bit more. You do have your speed secrets. You do have stuff. And what was so nice about this is that I came in with I've got no knowledge of motorcycles.
Right.
And when I met you at the intro meeting, I was gonna piss my pants. I'm like, I don't know anybody.
I'm the worst guy to meet off the bat.
No, I was just about to say, like when I met you, oh my gosh, I felt so much relief at that restaurant. I was like, hey, people here are awesome. This is great. And then when I get here, people are hanging out. They're saying hi to me. They do not care. They're in fact trying to teach me.
Yep.
Like Zaria, her clutch is busted. Dropped it. Busted. She was talking to me and she's spitting verses like she's a rapper of what's wrong, and I'm like, yeah, say it again. Okay, cool. I'm gonna use that.
Add that in.
I'm gonna use that.
Yeah.
Like the people here are so vocal and they are really like family, and we do have one big puzzle because everybody's so unique, but we all want to do this together. And Flat Friday is such a special place to do that.
Would you say the sprint car series is more like competitive in a sense? Like guys are ready to
Yeah.
curse each other out more than they're looking to like hug and help each other in the pits?
Yeah, well, and what's special about our series with the Irish Sprint Car series that I work for is we're not at that top collegiate level or NFL level, if you will.
Okay.
I would say that the series that I work for is at the college level. We're like UW-Madison, where people will help each other out.
Okay.
But there is a little bit more individualization of these are our pits. You know, this is what we got to do to get ourselves fast. We'll talk to you in a sec, but I got to do X, Y, Z to my car first.
Right.
And I think that that's beautiful in and of itself as well. And my series is great with how large it's been getting. Our average car count last year was 37 cars.
Wow.
We were the largest
And they were on
touring
37
series.
on the track at one time?
They were on 24 at a time.
Wow.
But we were the largest in the area for sprint car racing. We have the biggest scene. And it is nice to have that kind of, collaboration with each other. But it is different with flat track, which is beautiful to see.
Right.
Well, and from flat track and just, I guess 2 points, like there's something to be said being the biggest at not the pro level because things are not cheap nowadays. So
Absolutely.
to not have the full NFL college ride to the finish line,
Yeah.
that's like shows dedication. And then I think of like, not that I've raced any major amount in a car, but like
We can get you there.
there is a when you don't have a cage and you're still competitive, there's this algorithm of like, dude, I'm gonna like beat you up a little bit out there, but like we both have to walk away from
There's
this.
mutual respect.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Absolutely, you have to have that.
like you can frickin', in a car you can like slap somebody around a little bit more, and yes, things can go very sideways. You can hook tires and you can flip,
Go for a
but
ride.
also like it doesn't take much to run somebody's foot over.
No.
Like you don't, so
No.
there's a little more. You almost want to keep your enemies closer. You almost
Yeah.
want to like throw some charm on them so they don't freaking.
They're like, I'm not gonna push that guy on the wall when I pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a ton of mutual respect with the IRA sprint cars. We all are a working man series. Like I said, we're in that collegiate level of sprint car racing. There are series way above us.
Right.
Like they have like the NFL for sprint car racing, and people like Preston and I are not top shooters.
Okay.
Like we have to work our butts off every weekend to get sponsors, to get used parts even.
Right.
Like we just bought a new motor because our other motor blew a rod out the side. Whoops. But like that stuff, we're not like everybody else that gets to spend $100,000 on our operation. We can't do that. We're two 21-year-olds that own a race team, and there is a little respect that goes that way with the IRA Sprint Car Series, which I admire as well. That we are a working man's series.
Right.
We work 9 to 5s on Monday through Friday, and then the weekends we get to go racing. So we know that there is that respect of let me help you out too. Like let's pick close so we can help each other out. So.
Right.
Yeah, dude, you steer the shit. What should we cover now, man? It's been a day already.
Dude, I can't even steer the mini bike.
I got you. I got you.
This
You
shit.
freaking.
I thought you were gonna pull me around the track on the second heat
No,
qualifier.
no, I
or
was
whatever.
sitting
I'm
up in the
Keep
stands.
pulling, dude. No, when we were on the track at that second race, and you were pulling me at the end.
Yep. Yeah. I like. That's
I was
my
like, hit the gas, dude,
signature
let's go.
move, dude. Go shake hands. I don't let go.
Hey, y'all get really close to each other on the track. Like, you two could like fist bump how close in that, and I still really think that that's nuts. Like, this is
I'm
my
always
third flat
amazed
out.
at it. Like,
How do you guys just you guys are just inches apart from each
Yeah.
other?
It's weird, like
you're just doing a dance
I
out
always
there.
have the
Oh,
feeling
yeah.
that like, especially like when you first get into like, I was scared. I won't lie. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm like, then I got, once I learned more and got, was able to go, okay, I understand how I'm supposed to be riding, how I'm supposed to race, and got enough pointers from enough people,
Yeah.
help me with, positioning, how to hold your arms, where you're supposed to be shifting your weight on the bike during corners and straightaways. It's like, then it's like, with me, like, getting the confidence to be able to pass somebody, and then it's like, and it's funny where I'll be like, I was like this close to them, like, I felt myself graze against, and then I'll see a picture and I'm like 2 feet away.
Yeah.
I mean, as
Yeah.
close as you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
get to each other during a racetrack, y'all gotta
Yeah.
take each other like to dinner first, like for real. Like,
Yeah.
before y'all like touching butts with each other, y'all gotta be.
The first time I ever went up there and raced that, it was either Dairyland or Elkhorn.
Okay.
I was super new yet, like still don't know, but it's one of those like welcome, like, cause you see this old man and he can like barely walk and barely load his bike, and then all of a sudden he has his handlebar in your pocket
Yeah.
at 60 in a corner, right? And you're just like, oh, holy shit, and that old man just blows your
Yeah.
doors off, and
Yep.
you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is something that I need more of. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Dude, that's like Terry Vessel.
because this is not a car track. This
No.
is not a. This is.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would not be a smart
But
racetrack
it's
out there.
equally as dangerous,
Or stock
equally
cars,
as
that
fun.
matter.
Yeah.
It has its own parameters.
Yep.
Well, you know what gets me in racing with cars and bikes? When someone goes down or there's a car sideways, like just out of the turn, like how nobody just doesn't blast
Oh
into
my
them.
God.
Every time. Even out here, like the wrecks I saw today, it's like,
Oh yeah.
oh, dude, that guy's gonna get run over.
Well, like,
and like everyone just kind of like works around.
Well,
It's
so-
like amazed, man.
With this, they definitely, like Jeremy says in the riders meeting, they get the best crew they can.
Absolutely.
So like
Yeah.
the people on the track, so you see them, they're like telling, like signaling people like, hey, stay to the inside, go to the outside.
Yeah.
Yellow flag, slow it down around the corner. So they're off watching everything. So as soon as a person looks like they're going down, there's somebody with a yellow flag out, there's somebody signaling which way on the track you need to go.
Yeah.
I've seen some tracks where that does happen, where somebody does go down and they just don't have the right people.
Yeah, 'cause the
and
trust-
somebody does plow into them while
Right.
they're down, just because they come out of a corner and like, oh, now there's a bike right there, and they
Yeah.
either try to maneuver and put themselves down so they don't run them over, or it's just so last second they end up,
Yeah.
just plowing into.
Yeah,
it.
because knowledgeable and trusting
Yes.
riders are important, but also
Right.
knowledgeable, and
Yeah.
I can put my faith and trust in the crew
Yep.
Yeah.
that will let me know what I can't see or what maybe like
Yep.
the dude, like we're doing this right, like we're looking
Yeah.
for the same spot, and
Yep.
I trust, or I would hope that, and again, I ran some pretty sketchy things on
Yep.
2 wheels
Yep.
or 4 wheels or no wheels, and it's I don't want to say
Yeah.
uncommon, but it's not always certain, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's like
Well, and like,
nothing against like War Run or anything, but like that was like it
Oh,
was
well,
that was
War
a
Run
free
for
for
a
all.
the
fucking
track was
reason.
so
Yeah.
big. It's like they would have needed 100
Yeah.
people spotting the
You need
track.
30
to be able to
dudes
single
just for the
everybody.
corners.
But like out here, we did it in one of the JV hooligan heats. A guy did go down and was at the outside of the straightaway, and it's like, okay, they signal, but it's like if they just like, okay, everyone passing knows he's there and they stopped. We don't know if he's still there the next lap. So
Yeah.
they're still there signaling you, stay to the inside. So
Right.
you're like, okay, he's still on the track. So we know we gotta just
That's
stay
something
to the
so
inside.
unique to flat track. When I was
Yeah.
here for the first time in 21, I've never seen that before. With sprint car racing, stock car racing, the dirt oval stuff that I'm in, they just flag it.
Right.
Y'all like
Yeah.
just slow
Good
her
luck.
down. Everybody restocks, regroups.
Go stack up on the opposite
Yeah,
side of the track.
yeah. Like there is no keep her going. It is always
Yeah.
cut it.
Yeah,
And-
they're up. They're scared trying to run across the track.
Yeah.
But just go to the inside and go
Yeah,
past
yeah.
them.
Ours is always just no passing under yellow.
Yep.
So that means you can still rip full speed, you just can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Brian from Gear
Hey,
Science,
Brian.
come on in, buddy.
Are we gonna
Come
get
say
video
hi.
of the video? Come
Hi.
say hi.
Brian from Gear Science,
Hi,
everybody.
that's me. subscribe, like.
Big fan,
Yeah.
big fan.
Wow,
big
this is
fan.
cool.
Talking, do you have anything to add? How's your day?
Fantastic. I love crashing this. Thank you for letting me crash. Swiss,
This
good
is probably
friend.
his second appearance on the show.
Second time.
By the way.
Chatty, good friend. Andy Clark, best friend.
Owes me $20.
Hey.
Oh yeah, you
Hey.
almost 20
Tip
bucks,
you a
dude.
good time.
Dude, so we met, but met on
A
Instagram.
warp tour thing.
Well,
Right?
we met on
Yeah.
Instagram, and it took us like a year of following each other to go, we've known each other for like 12 years.
Oh.
Love it. I
Yep.
appreciate you guys.
Hey, buddy.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, so there's some shinfo for the podcast.
Yeah, I did one with him earlier, and he was telling the story.
Yeah.
About, like you guys on Warp Tour and all
Yep.
that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Fucking. All the other old angry bus drivers bitching at the fucking hotel staff at 9 a.m. Well, I can't get in my room. Like check-ins at 3. It's 9 a.m. That's when they told me to come here. And I'm just sitting there fucking rolling dice with them, but on pieces of cardboard and their fucking merch tables. Like, fuck it, I'm just gonna gamble with the other degenerates until I can. Oh, okay, noon. Now I'll try and get to a hotel.
Yeah.
Or I'd be wrenching on buses.
I mean, I suppose we could touch on Matt too. Matt, as
Yeah.
a recap, Matt's got some freaking sidecars.
Yeah,
out there.
the
yeah.
like
Oh
side
my
hackers.
God.
Speaking of things going to the next level.
Yeah. Who saw that one coming?
Dude, I know we always.
Well, probably
talk-
Rick, because he might have been there, but like I didn't.
Yeah,
He was.
probably-
Rick sent me pictures. He's like, you can't tell anyone or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, even then, I was like, who the fuck's idea was
Yeah.
that? Like, what?
Yeah, no, we always talked about like side hackers is gonna be sick to do,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
I don't know what
Well, when we
where they're
did-
like, well, we got these mini bikes, let's make side hack cards for mini bikes.
Well, when
Yeah.
we did Cheap Thrills, which was kind of like my first,
was that the?
first here, dude, you're gonna do some stuff for Flat Out. We went out to Cheap Thrills and we raced to the seashells by the seashore
Was that
with Sally.
New
Do
Jersey?
you guys remember meeting me out there? I meant to tell Jeremy this when he was on the podcast, but I didn't mention it.
I'm not gonna
Forgot.
say yes because
I won the Super Stock mini bike race on my birthday.
I remember seeing.
That day.
I remember meeting
I don't know
Rick
if you remember
officially
that.
because he had the extra belt like on his handlebars.
Oh,
he had the big
yeah.
gold, like
Yeah.
that was the first edition of his boonie.
Yeah.
And he was like the tall frame guy, and he would hit that little kicker, and the freaking extra belt would do like 2 hula hoops.
Yeah.
And it was just like a visual, like every time. But
That was the loosest, craziest track ever, dude.
seashells.
It was so
was
crazy.
marbles. It was
Yeah.
absolute marbles.
Yeah.
We went out there, Jive Turkey Racing
Yep.
unveiled like these. It was just like a quarter barrel, a half barrel keg.
Right.
And like, so you'd cram in this freaking like aluminum soda can.
Yeah.
And like, it's kind of, it's sort of dull, but like, you're still against metal edges.
It's dangerous as hell.
Yeah. And everyone's freaking fighting tetanus out there and fighting for first. And like,
And you're also in South Jersey.
so, yeah, it's cool to see all that stuff. And
Yeah,
then,
the progression of these ideas, and then they keep evolving into
Yeah.
something newer and better, and everybody's into it.
just the whole boon. I mean, even today, I've been like awestruck like 3 times. I'm like, dude, these boonies are next level.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's
Yeah.
an easy way for somebody to get into
Yes.
Flat Out Friday Flat Track.
And get
Like,
out of hand.
Yeah.
It's also easy to get out of hand
Yeah.
with fucking
I
boonies
cannot
for
wait to see
flat
the
track.
sidecar race. It is happening at
Yeah.
halftime here
Halftime.
with the Flat Out Friday show. If you are not here at Pfizer, make sure you like Mama Trot and Flat Out Friday's YouTube.
Yeah.
We are streaming it live.
Okay.
So I'm sure it'll be on there for replay too. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, that's honestly what I'm most excited about is that halftime show. I can't wait to see it.
Yoo-hoo.
Joey Turbo, everyone, come on in.
Well, hey, Joe
Do
Turbo.
we have more people?
Come on, Bomber.
So I'll
Come
trade
on.
spots with him. I gotta get booked.
You want to tell me more
No,
about you before you leave?
Yes, you can follow me everywhere. You can find
go.
me
Yes,
on
sir.
Facebook,
Alright.
Twitter, Instagram.
That's just as fun.
ChattyMadi. Super pumped. We do anything from sprint car racing to flat track. A bunch of interviews behind the scenes. Thank you so much for having me.
Hell yeah.
Thanks
Thank you for
for
coming.
coming.
Thank you. I will see y'all tonight at Flat Out.
All right.
Woo! Thank you.
Tell Micah you met the flying Mexican guy.
I will. I will let him know. I'll let him
Tacos
know.
for everybody.
Yeah, when she was out at Sturgis with us, she was like,
Oh, she was such a kid.
yeah,
Yeah.
she was
I
just
mean,
like,
nothing
quiet,
21.
Yeah,
quiet.
When she squeezed that in, I'm like, you're only 21.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
well,
She's
out
been
there-
riding rowdy with our
Damn.
crew, so we've kept
Yeah,
her
like-
like protected.
Yeah, it's like that's the little sister.
She
Yeah.
couldn't even drink at Sturgis.
Oh
Yeah,
my
and
god.
we're all
dude.
like, and she's just like, everywhere we went, she would like come with us,
Yeah.
and we're like trying to like, hey, like you can like mingle and hang out. You want to take like Matt's like, you got all these mini take a mini bike, go.
Oh, dude, Sturgis must have been like this whole new world.
Yeah, because
Like,
especially
for
like,
her,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Dude,
Or
I'm
should,
amazed
like-
at all the younger people on the scene. I don't know about you guys, but
Oh
like,
yeah.
I think social media changed it a lot. Like,
Yes, it does.
I wish I even knew about half of this shit when I was in my 20s. Like,
Oh yeah. Like,
I'm amazed when there's young people like that, like already going to Sturgis and Flat Out Friday and like all
and
this shit. I'm like,
and
you
she's
guys
not
are
just, and
killing it.
Not
Dude, I
just
didn't
going
even-
to like, hey, I'm going like, oh, like a bunch of people I know are going, I got invited. She's going there to announce races.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
like,
she's
you know,
not just like
so
in the
be a,
beach,
cool.
she's
be a
like
presence.
Right,
And, like,
she's
do
not just hanging
interviews.
around.
Yeah,
She's part of it.
handling it like a seasoned vet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the other amazing part, because
But,
I've
like-
heard her here at Flat Out Friday through the years.
Yeah.
Like, dude, she speaks like a seasoned vet.
Oh, she's just like.
Like, how is she that
What's
young? It's
crazy?
amazing.
But like
Way beyond her
when
years.
like half of us that didn't meet her through like the Flat Out Friday stuff because she had done Flat Out Friday, but out there she's just kind of like quiet, keeping
Yeah.
herself, and we're like you're here with us, like have fun, like mingle with the crowd, like then
He's like,
she's
Uncle
just-
Swiss will buy you a beer.
that did not happen.
If your fiance says it's
Okay,
okay.
it was one of those. Do you have a
Well, you said she
government
wasn't even
issued
21 yet.
Yeah,
That's
we're
why
like,
I'm
dude,
making
and
that
we're
joke.
like, well, because
Yeah,
as you know, in Sturgis, it's kind of like
Yeah, it's a free for all.
you're at the
It's a
campground,
rowdy crowd.
but
It's a free
but
for all.
she was definitely like, well, I'm not all a drink. We're like, you don't have to do that. You can just still hang out, like grab a soda, grab a water, go
Right.
get a mocktail, a Shirley Temple. Like I love a good Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
But like she just definitely just like got very more comfortable with the group. But then she's just like knows everybody's names, and like at the races she's like in the pits, like check, like, hey man, like oh, you have a good time out there and all this. It's like, okay, like a matter of like days she's just like into it. Like okay, something I've completely never done, and then she just like molded herself and like, you know, just learned, like she said, like learning about all the stuff.
Yeah.
And then she's just like, okay, I understand what all these people are here doing.
Yeah.
And she was able to just go run with it. And then when we're doing the races and anything she was a part of, whether it be interviewing racers or helping with announcing and stuff, she was just like on top of it. And it was just like, wow, that was the same timid girl that was just like sitting on a stool in a corner at the pool party
Yeah.
2 days ago, just like, not sure if she was just like, okay, out of her element or like didn't feel comfortable, but then she's like,
You get a
okay.
mic in front of her and she's just like,
Yeah,
bam.
dude, it's
Dude, and she's from northern Wisconsin and doesn't have the making of the murderer Uper thing either.
What do you mean, the accent?
Dude, it gets thick real
Oh,
quick.
it,
Wisconsin Uper
straight-
gets
yeah.
real fucking thick up there.
Oh, yeah?
Fast. You don't gotta go far, you know?
I thought you meant, yeah.
Don't you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, so
Wait, so when I hear the
Second-
heavier Wisconsin accents,
It's probably 5
further
blocks.
north.
It's 5
you
blocks
go.
north, dude.
Sec-
Okay.
It's not, you
Remember,
don't
uh,
have to go far.
Okay.
the Uper second year deer camp,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
that's northern Wisconsin.
Okay.
It starts
Okay.
20 minutes up, just 20-minute drive up the highway.
Oh, drag
Okay.
the swampers, but you know, it's slippery out there,
Hit
eh?
the first
you know,
town
bud?
with one church and one bar, and you will.
Dude, I'm using that.
Wow.
Drinking swamp.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that's
What,
awesome.
what else we got?
Dude, I meant to ask her too while she was here. Does her or husband ride also? Is that how they
Not
also?
bikes.
Is that how they
Not
found
bikes.
the
I
scene
don't
too?
know. I've
Not
never,
bikes.
other
No.
than
There's
this, I've never
savages,
really talked.
savages in cars.
Okay.
But that's kind of like the philosophy, right? Is like if she knows too much, or you know, like you don't want like a rider,
Oh.
or like
yeah.
a mechanic rider is not an entertaining announcer. You have to
Right.
get
You
a
gotta be
good
disconnected
balance.
to a degree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the guys that help me do the booty bike stuff, that's like one of my first questions is, do you ride a booty bike? And they're like,
Oh.
no. I'm like, good.
Right.
Because I don't want you working for the crew and then you're like, oh, I gotta go grab my booty. Like, no.
Yeah.
Like, we're on the clock.
Right.
Like, this is fun.
Oh, yeah,
we're
we-
great, but like, we're on this side now.
Yeah, we're
Right.
running it. We have to put the fun away for tonight.
So I grab
to
like
do
a
the serious
like a
part.
chopper dude, or I grab like a hooligan dude that doesn't even own a booty bike. That just
Right.
wants to like hang
Yeah.
out and help, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of that, when we were in the pits earlier, you're right next to Swiss. We were hanging out before this podcast. I didn't see your bike, dude, set up how it is this year. That thing looks sick.
The hooligan?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That
Shout
thing
out.
looks.
Did you see the sparkly the number plates
Dude,
too? Like he
yeah.
just
That thing
wait.
is proper, dude.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a real. I can't ride it for shit. Indoor. It's just.
Yeah.
Whatever. We don't make excuses, right? It's just.
It's just, I'm just saying, dude. It's a proper
It does-
bike.
it
You
does-
did, you did a good
it's-
job
Thank
this
you.
year. Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. And because I'm a Sportster dork, it's very OEM puzzled, right?
Mhm.
You know, like instead of like aftermarket oil pump, it's a rubber mount oil pump. Instead of
Okay.
like R6 forks, they're Buell forks.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like instead of like S&S Hooligan kit, it's like 2004 Roadster rubber mount heads.
Yep.
That are cleaned up very well.
Okay.
Right? So like that's my fun part is like I do all this like sportster stuff and I go through parts. Like how do I
Like massage it.
how do I puzzle this together and still come out competitive, right?
Right.
You know, so like I had a lot of fun doing that and I had a lot of help from the Louders and they're awesome. They just know their fucking Harleys. They've been in the game for a long time. And,
Yeah, definitely a name you hear a lot.
I'm
with
super.
engine work.
Out of all the cliffs I could have went or all the money pits I could have sunk into, to find those two brothers that are well respected and straight shooters.
They helped you with a lot of those
Yeah,
little tricks.
yeah, you know, and they
Getting set up.
and considering how professional and classic and rigid they are in their structure, and the guy with fucking at that like with braids and gold teeth shows up. And is like, I'm gonna go do this fucking motocross on my fucking Sportster, and they're like, okay. You know what I mean? Like they never once called me dumb. They never once
why
like
the fuck would you do that?
shamed
Like,
me or like.
cool, have fun.
Dude, I got a question that I never asked you.
They're well respected.
Do you get on, like, in your everyday life, like, around the city of Milwaukee, do you get a lot of people asking you questions about the gold teeth? I always
Usually-
wonder that. Like, do people bother him every day about that?
No, but like, are they real a lot?
Okay.
Like, are they real? Like, are they?
And then you just grab your chest and you're like, nah, this is
I'm just
natural.
like, dude, you
This
get
is
benefits.
natural.
Dude,
You get
it's not-
benefits, babies.
What do you say? When
I
they
tell
say,
them no.
is it real
I
or
just
not?
fuck with them. I just tell them no. No,
No, it looks cool.
Right.
no. Put them on your mother's nightstand every night. Eh? They go up in the medicine cabinet, eh?
My mom's
No, I, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
Eh,
it's straight gangster.
yes.
Yep.
It's a move. They're also, the thing is they're the same fucking price.
As what?
Any other teeth you want.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So if you
shit.
fuck your shit up, and
Oh,
you're
you
like,
gotta go
and you got a
gold then.
deductible,
Yeah.
or you got a percentage.
Dude, I got no respect for people with regular fake teeth
Thank
anymore.
you,
I thought
right?
it was a lot of money.
No,
Yo,
it's
holy
like-
shit. Oh,
Because
dude.
that's how it started, right? Like my shit was like I chipped them up pretty good.
Yeah.
I got sick of breathing cold air because it gets nasty and cold around here. So I'm like, let's get this fixed, right? Like let's grow up a little bit.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, this is how much it is. And I was like, damn. I was like, well, how much for silver ones? Like
Yeah.
jokingly, like, oh, it's like 1,600 a piece. I was like, how much for gold ones? They're like 1,600 a piece.
And you're like,
Let's go
looks
in
like
for the gold.
Fucking
baby.
gold it is, dude. Let me get 2 of them, you know. And
I fucking love that.
and there it is, right? That's how I ended up out of the fucking came out of the fucking anesthesia. What is that? Anesthesia.
Yeah.
That's how I came out of anesthesia. Gold teeth. You know what I mean?
That's how I got anesthesia. I never had a thing, and all of a sudden I got gold teeth.
And if the world goes to shit, you know, we'll be trading in fucking gold coins.
Oh yeah, dude.
So I keep ending around where I'm like, hey, just wait for the apocalypse to happen.
Well, that's like in war. They used to steal like their fucking gold teeth.
Yep.
and Steal whatever. Look through the dead soldiers.
Yep.
Want to end it?
Good. No, a good story about.
I don't want to offend him. It's getting weird.
But
Joey, you should
no.
definitely get out of here. Get into weird territory.
I like weird territory. I'm fucking live for weird territory.
Like, have you ever met
Oh,
Joe?
man.
No, so like Morgan Freeman has those big gold, like thick gold earrings he wears. He wears those, so if he happens to pass away anywhere where he's not home, that's enough. Like, believe I might be mistaken the exact details. It's enough to cover the cost of a coffin and transferring his body back to his family.
Really?
It's a solid move.
Yep.
My
That's why he
question
wears
is,
them.
what's gangster ass Morgan Freeman doing outside of the house if that's how he's thinking?
Yeah, why would you tell people that? Nope, these are fake.
It's the rich people that got the weird ideas.
Yeah.
Speaking of apocalypse, can we talk about? Can we shamelessly plug the fucking Milwaukee Hopper suit?
Yeah, let's
what
do
is
that.
Plug whatever you want. I don't even know what that is.
I mean, we're not live, so this is gonna.
I don't like to edit unless I have
Okay,
to.
No, this is like.
I can if I have to.
Well,
but I
this
just
is
don't like
happening
it.
Saturday,
Oh,
Which is
okay.
tomorrow.
but
This
this
will be out
will
after
be
that.
out after.
Yeah.
So
What-
we can shamelessly we can plug
So-
this.
And we already dropped all these worldwide firsts in the beginning of the show.
So I guess, speaking of firsts and updates and all this with the theme, I went and found my dad's original flat track bike and I hill climbed it.
Really?
My dad's original 79, last year of the kick.
Yeah, go for it.
Iron head, tracked down, went through some dudes, right? Like, hey man, you ever see this fucking iron head? Only had a kick. It had my stepdad drilled holes through the cooling fins,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like flat track juju. He did it to fuck with people
Okay.
because he was like decently fast on a Sportster, and
Okay.
he ran with like BSAs and a Triumphs, and Bull Tacos wouldn't have been in his class, but definitely BSAs and Triumphs were some killers in his era. And so to fuck with people, he drilled out these fins of his iron head and showed up, and then like next weekend he'd show up at the track, and then like a BSA would have his fucking fins drilled. It never did anything.
Right.
It just sent someone off on a fucking squirrel mission, right? Like, oh my god, drilling the fins is like cutting edge technology. So like, go break your motor down, drill out like a pile of shavings at like size of a thimble, right? And then like put your shit back together and scramble to go to race, and like it doesn't actually change anything, it just fucks with people, right? So I knew that this bike, if I found it, I knew exactly what it would be. I didn't have like a title for it or anything. Tracked it down. Was like, it's probably been chopped up, or someone hardtailed it, or seized up, blown somewhere. I found it. I showed up to breakfast on Father's Day, did our district hill climb with it in the antique class, got first place. And it's kind of like where my Sportster nerd shit comes from. So for it to come full circle and like carry on that like legacy, dude, it's been so cool. But that conversation will trickle into this year, because I've been doing this booty stuff for Flat Out, and we're a family and a community, and this is the year to do this, like this is our 1 week to shenanigan the shit out of Milwaukee. I wanted to gift my perfect thing to my booty bike, family, friends, associates, acquaintances, all of it, right? So this is a 5 mile, do you know what an alley cat is, the bicycle race in New York?
No.
Where it's like you get a list of checkpoints, and you just have to do all the checkpoints and show up, and like there's no set route, nobody knows when it happens, it just like happens.
Okay.
Right?
It's like word of mouth.
Like SantaCon. You guys know what SantaCon
No.
is? I think they do one in Milwaukee. Where everyone dresses up like Santa Claus. There's like hundreds of Santa Clauses that do this bar hop. But
Same-
they don't announce it and all because it's like pretty illegal, and they mob whatever neighborhood they're in.
Yes.
All
Same
dressed in
idea.
Santa suits.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
I want the cancer to spread through Milwaukee in the form of fucking Polestar booty bikes, right?
Okay.
So it's 16 checkpoints, and I figured out a decent course, like through some of the major-ish sites of Milwaukee, like it'll take you past the port and the home bridge, and some of the cool spots that we race at, some historical stuff. So if you're from out of town, you get to do all that stuff. And I haven't announced any details.
Okay.
I've just like hyped it up that there's this thing.
Yeah. No, everybody's like asking, like, dude, you talk to Andy, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know, man. All I know is that it starts there at that time. Then that's when all the rules and what's going on and stops are, and like, that's he basically said, like, it's gonna be like kind of like I think he described it at first like maybe like a poker run.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, which you've done poker runs, they're a little bit more laid back, but it's like, no, this is gonna be a little bit more, not intense, but it's gonna be a little bit more hectic.
A little less poker,
is-
a little more evade the police.
It is
It's
it
a
is a race in slinky format, right? Like it's bing 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 bing
Right.
bing, like and it's all good because they're together enough that you can follow people if you're not from here.
Right. Okay.
So you get to race with your friends or just your enemies, whatever, through Milwaukee in a group. I hope safe, like, because I wanted to, you know, like I thought about all these details and like, you know, it was one of those like 2 a.m. ideas that's like, oh, I could totally pull this off. What would it take?
Right.
What would it take? Right.
What have you ever heard of the Stampede, the chopper race that they used to do cross country?
Kind of like a cannonball.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but and what they would do is same thing. Show up. This is where the starting line is. You know you're going to the other coast, but we'll give you all the details at the start line because it's not legal. You
Yeah.
know,
Right.
like you can't fucking announce it anywhere.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, this is where we're showing up. That's as good as you're getting.
Yeah.
And then here's your paper, your rules.
Yeah.
This is all the stops you got to make.
Yeah, basically.
Who gets to the other coast first?
Yeah,
You know.
So that was a little bit more organized than like Cannonball Run,
Right.
like the actual original Cannonball runs that they did. And then they brought it back and revived it. Was it the early '80s, mid '80s?
Yeah.
And it was like word of mouth. You'd find out where it started, and they'll go, "Here's your finishing point. Go."
One, it's fun
Yeah.
now because
And
there's
it's like
a guy.
whatever route you want, wherever
Yeah.
you want to go, but that's where you start. That's where you end. First one wins.
And it's fucked now because some guy tricked out an Audi and made it look like a Taurus and then crushed the standing record during COVID.
Oh yeah, he did it in like.
Oh, I didn't
20
hear about that. I
Yeah,
heard about
you-
the dude that got the Mustang. Did you hear about the rental Mustang guy?
Mm,
There's a guy, I thought this guy broke the record.
It
A
might have.
guy
I think
rented
it-
a Mustang and he fucking he took the back seat out and he loaded the back seat in the trunk with extra fuel
it
tanks,
just never stopped.
loaded the motherfucker up and just pinned it across country during COVID when the roads were open.
So
Never
this guy
stopped.
did that as well
Yeah.
in an Audi,
Uh-huh.
but he put like
A Ford Taurus body on it.
yeah, like the ground skirts or whatever you call
Like,
it.
watch out, soccer mom's coming through.
Well, because it looks like a state patrol, like it's just an all white state patrol.
Oh,
So when like
shit.
everything was shut down, dude, he was just hammering down. And dude, if just a white blank kind of Ford Taurus looking thing flies past you at 120, you're not gonna be probably like, yeah, it looks official.
Right.
Now if you see a Lamborghini,
Right.
if you see a square wedge Countach coming through at 160,
Right.
you're getting that called in, right? Like,
Yeah, I wonder too, like, I always wondered that if I did like a replica cop car, how much shit I could get away with. Like,
Yeah.
if you flew past a cop on a highway that was just sitting there, you flew past him at like 110, but you looked exactly like a cop car, you
Right.
think they would even come and try and chase you? They didn't hear nothing on the radio.
there's like 5 different colors of cops around here. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah,
Right.
Like State Patrol's got one, City's
Yep.
got one, County's got
Right.
one.
It was an Audi S6, and they turned it into a fake Ford Taurus Police Interceptor.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
It just, dude, and like when it was a ghost town,
Right.
when it was just like nothing.
Everything's wide
Right.
open. Yeah.
So,
of course, they're burn proof. You keep going. I'm trying to find what
So
the final
also-
time was.
kind of on this thing, is part of our RGN series is the Minneapolis to Milwaukee.
Okay.
That's been like a long-standing hush-hush
Race from one to the
cannonball, except Minneapolis to Milwaukee. No route.
Right.
However you get there, we don't know how fast you went. If you get popped, don't call us. We don't know you.
other. Right.
And that's been going on for a long time.
Damn. Is it cars or motorcycles?
It's bikes. And what's the crazy part is it's from Milwaukee to Minneapolis.
Okay.
But Minneapolis dudes will come down, like they'll leave at like 2 in the morning and be here at 7. So they'll drive through the night, come here, grab a cup of coffee, and then hammer back home.
Yep.
Versus the dudes that are, from Milwaukee or whatever, drive to Minneapolis, might hang out, might get a drink, maybe, whatever, sleep in a ditch
Right.
for a couple hours, and then cruise back to Milwaukee at your leisure. Like, the Minneapolis dudes are always way more stoked.
Yeah.
Because one guy's like, yeah, all I gotta do is like race, and the guy's like, crew of 8 of us came down on sport bikes, like, we're ready to go right back home again, dude, wide open. So,
Yep.
Yeah, that's
So-
wild.
Yep. The route is 2,816 miles, 25 hours, 39 minutes. Average speed 112 miles an hour. Top speed 175 miles an hour.
yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
And that's average speed, like when your first 3 hours are like through New York, downtown New York.
Yeah, you're like
Is that where they
like
start?
Manhattan. Yeah, they start in New York
so.
City. I think
New York to LA, right?
New York to LA, and I think
Oh.
it's they used to start like a parking structure in Manhattan, There's a great movie about it called Apex, and it's basically about the origination of it, and then it follows one of the more modern journeys of a guy doing it, and like what they did to the car, how they rigged it out. It was, I think the one that they filmed with that was guys in a Mercedes, and they like put extra fuel tanks in, and all the fucking like the scanners and all the fucking radar jammers, all that he used.
Right.
Can't remember what the record was like, but they broke the record, and they made the documentary about the origins of the race, and then why it died out, when it came back. And, like, there was a guy that did it a bunch of times, because they do it as like a group.
Right.
And now it's kind of like an individual will just do it. Like, use one of the original start points, use one of the original end points, and just try to break the record. But when they do it in a group, there was a guy that did it a bunch of times on a motorcycle. Like, didn't keep up with the cars. Right. He was just like, I'm going to do it. He's like, I know I'm not going to beat cars because I'm one guy on a motorcycle. The cars that ran 2-3 people.
Right.
I just,
keep going,
one
person.
Grab the wheel, you jump in the back seat, I slide over, you jump in the front seat, and we're going. We don't stop.
Yeah.
Piss in a bottle. There's one of them that they talk about. Guy just funneled right through the floor. So you gotta take a piss. You just piss in the funnel. Goes out under the car.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No matter how you slice it, you can always be quicker in a car.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like,
it's like cruise control. The wind's not affecting you.
You can hold so much more gas.
Yeah.
Like
less stopping.
Like you said, you literally don't even have to stop to piss.
Yeah. Like the fastest cross country I've done in a vehicle. We had 2 drivers. Met a bus driver in Philly, and we made it driving to LA in 52 hours with stopping for an oil change on a 13-liter commercial engine.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like an aluminum tuba. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aluminum too.
Screaming at 58, maybe 59 and a half miles an hour. Fully governed out.
No, that driver thought that because he's like dropped the band in just outside of Philly, and the schedule he had to go from one tour to the next one picked up in LA. He had 5 days to get there. It's like you had the average driving 500 miles a day, and he's telling the company, like, I just can't do it. I can't do that by myself. So
Right.
you have to send, they're like, we'll send somebody out, but it's coming out of your pay because you can do that. He thought that we'd just switch out and stop every night, like take a road trip. I'm like, I got a flight to catch him. I flew out of Ontario, California. Like, I got a flight to catch. We ain't stopping for anything but fuel and to grab something quick to eat while the bus is fueling.
Yeah.
And when it's done fueling, we leave. And so we're just supposed to do like DOT regulations, 10 on, 10 off. And this was before all the ELDs and electronic logbooks.
Yeah, this is in the fucking truckers, pills, and
that-
speed.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, dude.
Just a mountain of cocaine on the dashboard, just good for another hour.
Yeah, stirring your
well,
coffee
it's like
with
we go
no-dos,
to-
baby. Let's go.
Well, we used to call it the outlaw days because you had paper logs. We would keep 2 logbooks, so if
Yeah.
you'd happen to get stopped, you would have one. You'd have to keep track of it very well, but you could handle the correct logbook,
Right.
and on the paper, like, oh yeah, you're good, you're legal. I told him, 10 hours we switch. I start driving, and like 14 hours later, this guy's still fucking sleeping. And I'm just like, just cruising fine. I stop for fuel, wake him up, and I'm like, it's your turn.
You need to get the fuck out of your bed.
Yeah,
You
it's
go
like,
to work.
I need it now. This is actually your bus, your tour. He lasted like 6-8 hours.
Oh my god.
I'm like, good enough. I just get back in. I think another 10-12 hours. And, in his defense, he did just do like a good 45-day tour, and being a tour bus driver, you're driving every fucking day. It could be 200 miles, it could be 600 miles, but it was just me going there like, I just met him in Philly, and I'm just like, talking to him, and he looked tired, and I'm like, obviously, I'll take the first shift, but just we get there, and he's like, well, what do I do with all this time now? I'm like, I don't fucking know, I'm flying home. I was like, we could, we each took turns, before, going across country when we were awake and the other person was driving, we had to clean the bus, strip the bunks, clean the bunks, put new fresh linens on, all that stuff. So I'm just like, go find a nice clean truck stop up, get a good hot shower, get a good meal, and just chill out for a few days.
Yeah.
Go through your bus, make sure everything's ready. It's just like, oh.
It's like you're pretty good at sleeping. You can do that.
Catch up on sleep.
Put some pressure on your
Yeah,
blood.
it was just one of those where he was amazed at how quick we got there. I'm like, dude, this is why we send co-drivers, is because we just drive nonstop. I was like, you got 5 days, and he would have had it would have been from his pit from Philly to where he was in LA is like 2,300 miles. Like, you do 500 miles a day. That's driving in a bus 8 to 10 hours, depending on traffic and speed limits, especially Midwest. It's wide open once you hit the Midwest.
Right.
Maybe I'm new. Maybe I'm behind. I'll put might put somebody up on some game. Have you ever seen Tales from the Tour Bus? You get an outlaw like Willie, Waylon.
No,
I would love
like Johnny
that.
Paycheck.
No, I would
like
love
the fucking
that,
like the Leonard Skinner, like the fucking OG crew, right? So, who's this is a fucking shameless plug, but it's worth the watch because you can binge it out.
Oh, it's a movie.
Yeah, it's like George Jones.
Oh,
And,
dude, I would love this.
And who was it Tammy Wynette?
Yeah, could have been. They were married.
Yeah.
George Jones
So,
and Tammy
so
Wynette.
it's called Tales from the Tour Bus, and they get like some of these surviving like backup dudes and like tour managers and bus drivers, and they go through like each one. It has like a person or a theme or like because like George Jones's backup band sang for like 4 of those dudes.
Wow.
Like I got a lot in my head right now. Like George Jones and what's the dude that married his cousin? Crazy fucker.
Oh, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Jerry Lee Lewis. They had like shared backup, like a drummer and shit. And then they had like Johnny Paycheck and Waylon Jennings gets talked about. But it's animated from the guy that does Beavis and Butthead.
Mike Judge.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Whoa, how did I not hear about any of this?
So I'm putting you guys up on some game right now. Next time you can kick your feet up and
I'm writing that
Hulu
down.
or YouTube or whatever it is, it's out there, but it's called Tales from the Tour Bus. And like speaking of like back in the day when shit was real and like really fucking being rowdy.
Oh, dude, those guys were the rowdiest.
And then
they were crazy.
And then what's the crazy the dude that always wore duct tape?
Duct tape? He's a musician?
Hold on.
Hank 3?
No.
Say Hank 3's boots are just duct tape.
Right.
It's
Blaze Foley.
Blaze Foley.
So
there's a
like,
movie about him too.
So they have like an episode about Blaze Foley. They have an episode about George Jones. They have an episode on Waylon, on Johnny Paycheck, and I'm fucking missing one. But like it's a watch it. I'm gonna stop talking about it. Watch it.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
It's done well because it's by Mike Judge and everything's fucking true and no one's got anything to prove. But I turned it on and I was like, dude, these when fucking boys were boys, dude. Like these when fucking men did men things, man.
Oh, dude, you talk to old tour bus drivers, and it's like especially back then, it really was outlaws. Like now it's like DOT regulated. You have to have CDL, have to follow the hour service laws, have to have DOT physical done, depending on how old and health conditions, either bi-yearly or yearly. Like crazy, like $5 million insurance policies per vehicle. Where Jeremy said his, I'm like, for this, I'm like,
you should own a tour bus company.
I was like, dude, you don't want to see our insurance bill.
Yeah.
Yo, dude, in all fairness, fucking a lot of rock and roll legends died in tour buses too.
Yes. Well, like back then it was the running joke. They're like, yeah, you come back for bus call, which is when you're leaving. Yeah, I'll try one.
Told you I'd give you one.
Yes, the
Those Chino boys?
Yeah. Right.
No, I'm on the robot dick for good.
Robot dick. Yeah, but yeah, they're like, yeah,
Killing my lungs the electronic way.
That's what robot penis is.
You were around though before the outlaw days, huh?
I started at the what could be considered like the tail end of it.
Yeah.
But like not back then, where like I was saying, the running joke was, you come back for bus call, there'd be an 8-ball Coke ready for you and a hooker to give you a blowjob before you left.
Original girls.
I should have been a tour bus driver, dude.
Yeah,
The
back
original
then.
girls going wild days, dude.
Dude, nowadays it's
Now that shit's on fucking Twitter before the fucking bus starts.
Well, that is like bands now
Yeah.
run it like it's a fucking legit 100% straight up business. Like
You have to,
everybody's on
because-
payroll.
yeah.
Everybody's on payroll. They
And
carry,
everyone's
they
on
carry
game,
liability
too.
insurance.
Like-
they carry workers' comp
Yeah.
insurance for the crew, for the
Everyone's
bands, for the
running
bus
this-
It's
drivers.
the way the world went, dude.
Yeah.
You know, the railroad industry is the same way. Like,
Yeah.
the old school guys told me the same shit. Like,
Well, dude,
literally, you know,
so-
that whole
Yeah.
like song, like,
Dude,
high on a train, doing cocaine, like.
I
mean,
got
that's-
dudes in my union that are like, I got 2 pension credits sitting on a bar stool. You guys don't know
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
real fucking pipe fitting is, you know? Like,
Yeah.
call those beer clouds or whatever,
Yeah.
you know?
well, it's
Like,
Like when I started, dude, I still worked with those guys. Like the first 5 to 10 years I worked for that railroad, it was still the outlaw days. Like
yeah.
things only changed in the last 10 years. I've been there 20 years this month. Like
congrats, man.
Yeah,
I just,
thanks.
my job just fucking anteed up, dude. I'm like responsible shit. They gave me keys to a van and let me shit. Pretty soon they're gonna give me an apprentice I can beat up on, dude. It's
Nice. Well, like
so
the,
yeah, man.
the oldest, like, or longest running group I've ever driven. I drove them a few times. Great fucking people. Group called Hot Tuna.
oh, dude, I love that.
Yeah, have you ever heard of Hot Tuna?
Dude, they're fucking,
Not in that.
they're good
Well,
jams.
it's a band.
No.
Okay, and
Wrong hot tuna.
so
Carry on.
okay,
Let me
so
shut the fuck up. Go
well,
on.
you have the same, I think the same position of the gold teeth as
Well, I'm ready.
Jorma Kaukonen. So it's Jorma Kaukonen and Jack Cassidy, who were the original guitarist and bass player for Jefferson Airplane, like Woodstock.
Yo, Swiss, when you
Oh.
said hot tuna, I'm
Yeah.
surprised that you're even old enough to. I guess those guys were still touring when you
Yeah.
started.
Dude, they're in their 80s.
Yeah.
Jorma.
Dude, they're like they were a
Dude,
killer,
Nelson just
typical
put a-
like '70s band. Like
Yeah.
the sound
And
is
they
just so
Yeah,
'70s.
and they still.
Willie
you should-
Nelson just dropped something with fucking Charlie Crockett, dude.
Yeah, but he's a legend, dude. Like everyone knows.
Right. I
Willie.
mean, I guess it's a little different if you never made a top 40 and you're still
Yeah,
there
yeah.
Oh, they did back in
grinding
the
it
day.
out.
though.
Back then they
hot
did.
tuna was hot back
Yeah.
in the day.
But it's like
Okay.
Jorma, like he's from way back then. Like he's told me stories because I drove him on a solo tour, which just me, him, and his guitar tech, and his tour manager would fly
Wow, that
out
must have been
tons a
fucking
week.
awesome.
And he's telling me all the stories of like doing shows with Joplin and the Dead, and like he.
I believe they did
He,
Woodstock.
like he played Altamont like with Jefferson Airplane, and he's like, oh yeah, when that shit started getting out of hand, he's like, I left my equipment there, I left our ride there, I walked because everything like the
That was what the Stones were the headliner, right? Yeah.
and the group, I'm not going to say the name, but
Right.
the group
Right.
got a little rowdy with the crowd. Like
Right.
each side's got their stories. I wasn't there. I wasn't even born yet.
Right.
Jorma was like, I started seeing stuff go down. He's like, I walked to the highway and I hitchhiked back to San Francisco.
Really?
Yeah, I just left all my stuff there.
Damn.
He's like, I was not about that. That is not what our vibe was with that music scene. He's like, and that's
Yeah.
when we realized it was falling apart. And it wasn't much longer after that. He's like, that's when Hot Tuna came out because Jack felt the same way. He's
Oh,
like, this
okay.
is not what we represent in music. But the stories of everything about doing everything along those
Yeah,
times.
rock and roll at that
Dude.
time, man. Forget it.
Jorma, huge Harley guy.
Oh, really?
Yep. You think about that.
I gotta
like,
try and contact him.
Dude, if I do have his contacts, I can get you hooked
That'd
up
be
with
rad,
him.
man.
But yeah, like you think about all that, huge fucking loves hunting, fishing. Like you
Oh,
think
I
like
gotta
you
talk
think the
to this
hippie
guy.
era, and he's like the opposite what you think they would have been now.
Right.
But all the old stories of what they used to do back then, and then like touring in the outlaw days, and like everything that they did, and now it's like it's a business. It's a music
Right.
industry. It's a straight up business. Everybody's out there to cut each other's throat to make the extra penny. But dude, great dude.
I have to
What
cut
happened?
this short.
Yeah, I was
Do you
gonna
guys
say.
know
I
who
say
Mil-
we just end it
Do
here.
you guys know who Milverine is? Milwaukee Milverine?
Yeah.
No.
He's here. He's my.
Are we gonna
he's
go
my
meet him?
crew chief. Yeah, let's go meet him.
All right. You guys want to say anything before we go?
No, it's been awesome.
Everyone knows you guys where to meet you.
Yeah,
Link in the
dude.
show notes.
Dude, come get a fucking booty boy. Come to Milwaukee. Come
come
say
to
hi.
Milwaukee's.
Also, as always, if you are struggling with sobriety, drug, alcohol, stuff like that, dude, we are building a fucking sober anything.
Yep.
If it's whatever it
Dude.
is, dude. If you're trying to get out of something
Yeah,
or stay in something,
Well, I'll publicly say it because like he knows.
Is he sober now? Getting there?
7 months.
Really? I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
I hit my
Congratulations.
I hit my breaking point where it's like sick and tired of being sick and
Good for
you
tired.
can handle them after midnight, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome,
Yeah,
dude.
it's like well then I got like great guys like you like the night we met,
Yeah.
I was asleep in the dirt next to my motorcycle.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
It was the East Coast FXR
It's not a
jam.
good look
Yeah.
anymore, you know?
Yeah,
And it's like,
yeah.
like, hey,
gotta
everybody
grow up
does,
sometime.
everybody does their things. Everybody goes through shit in their life, and like, I have no judgment. These guys that flat out Friday crew in some of the events that weren't like here, it's like, no, I'm like, I get even like I'd party the night before, come here and race. I'm like, I strayed through the race. After that, I'd be like back out at the bars. I drink till 2 a.m, wake up in somebody's house,
Oh yeah.
puke, go back out, go to the show, pass out at the show.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh,
like,
me and you have had many late night talks.
I love you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
I gotta go get this.
Yep,
Local store.
All right.
Anyways.
See you guys later. As
Love
always, thank you guys so much.
Love you guys. Hey, let's do this yearly.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's do a yearly checkup.